Hi, Sanjay. I have $10,000. What should I do with my money?
Oh, easy answer. Put it into an S&P 500 index fund and leave it there for the next 50 years. You are young. That is going to appreciate better than any other investment you could possibly make.
Okay.
The stock market is getting smoked right now, guys. It's down almost 2%. And there's a lot of fear in the market, and just want to remind everybody that fear also creates opportunity.
Yes,
the way
it does.
the market is set up right now, I think will create opportunity for a lot of people next week to walk away very wealthy. But I can also see a lot of people losing a lot of money, and want to put a video out there to share some of my 2 cents as someone who's walked away from every major downturn profitably since 2000. The most important thing I want you guys to take away is that even though we're trending back to the bottom, it may not be the true and final bottom. The stock market has done a very classic relief rally over the last week and a bit, and is likely headed back down that way over the next week. Why I don't think we're at the final bottom yet is that we have not truly seen the impacts of the policies that have recently been enacted. And the Fed, mentioned that inflation is going to be transitory. Well, the last time the Fed used those same words was 2021, heading into 2022. And guess what happened after that? The fastest rate hike cycle since the 1980s. Inflation, running rampant for months. And so I don't think we're at the true bottom. However, you may want to consider sprinkling money into the markets this coming week. I think that every time the markets have a big correction in this way, consider sprinkling money, dollar cost average down your cost of your positions that you're buying. But be careful next week, because I don't think we're at the bottom yet. I personally think the markets will likely get down to 5,400. At those levels, a recession will be priced in. What yet has not been priced in, or it's very unclear, is stagflation. And I think we're months away from getting more of that data. If you are a long-term investor, this is one of the best opportunities to buy stocks. As they say, be greedy when others are fearful.
Wow, it's a hell of a comment. Be greedy when others are fearful. Now, I just started my IRA, my individual retirement account, at the top of February, so I'm very new to it. I'm like 2 months into my IRA. I started a Roth with Fidelity, and I began it right when the market started to crash. And I'm actually kind of excited about that, because right now I'm starting my own, Roth investing journey, all at a downturn. So right now, yeah, it does look bad. I'm not going to hold you up. All the little sprinkling of money I'm doing is, is losing money. But I know at some point it's going to gain a ton of power, because I joined at a time that the market is crashing. I say that to say this. Look, if you're considering investing, pick a stock, pick a fund, and just go ahead and start investing. It's time now. Compound interest is the most important thing, and time in the market is the most important thing. So what you got to do is just get in there, get your skin in the game, and continuously put your skin in the game.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
First comment says, if you sprinkle lightly. Feel like there's another 10 to 15% retracement in market indexes around the corner. Now, I hope that's the truth, because I've been sprinkling, and I've been sprinkling lightly. But if I were to see right now that the whole market in any way, the NASDAQ, the S&P just crashes that hard, another 10 to 15, don't get it twisted, I'm going to put even more money into the market at that point. The thing is, Trump is not normal, and he is destroying our economy, and is going to get worse. Yeah, but why did everybody think he was pumping up our economy 4 years ago when he gave everybody PPPs and a hella stimulus checks? Why did everybody think that was a positive thing? I knew then it wasn't positive. Now he's about to come back and try to retrace his steps. Every time Trump opens his mouth, the markets go down. Economy is recession, free fall. Don't buy stock, free fall, collapse. What type of comment is that? Historically, when tariffs are implemented, stock markets fall 10 to 20% over the next few months. If that's the case, hey, if you're watching this video, invest. Open your Fidelity. Now is the time. Now is the time to start. Do it when it's low, because when it rises, it's going to take all your little investments with it. So right now is the time. And let's say it does happen for the next few months. Screw it. Start today and keep investing over the next few months, because I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep throwing whatever little money I got extra into that Fidelity account and watching it grow. Someone said the real winners are people who sit cash ready. Yes, it is. You got to just save money through and through all the time. Saving money is a part of your habits forever. Accept that. That's what it is.
When I was at the peak of making YouTube videos, I was putting so much into retirement and like just putting it away safely.
Hell yeah.
So like there was a couple years where guess how much I was putting into retirement and investments every single month?
3%.
$100,000 every month. I was putting into.
That's good.
I know.
That's great.
It's really good. Yeah. And I was doing that, and like other YouTubers are buying Lambos or buying this and buying that. I was just driving my Toyota Camry and just living off of that.
Hell yeah.
And I still had roommates, and I was just putting all the money away.
If you are making money now, spend it wisely, invest. Like, it's materialistic things, they come and go.
When I was at the peak of making YouTube videos,
Well, the funny thing is, most times when you want something that materialistic like a Lambo, there's other things that are driving you to want that. I can't tell you what, but I'm telling you, there's other things that are driving you to want that. First comment says, YouTube was a gold mine back in the day. Yeah, we're all late. I'm late. Whatever. Someone said, that's crazy. That means he has at least $1 million in his retirement fund. He said years he was putting in $100,000 a month. So yeah, he has multiple millions, and that's good for him. Smart man, really. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Somebody else said, bro, y'all don't age. Bro, who doesn't age? Tell me who you're referring to. Someone said if it's in a Roth IRA, that'd be insane. I can tell you personally, that's what I just opened up. It is absolutely only $7,000 a year as of right now that you can contribute. Hence why it's important to contribute when the market crashes, because then when it comes back up, you're bringing your $7,000, you're bringing it down here, and when it catches that rise, you're catching all that profit to the face, to the dome, to the cranium, to the medulla oblongata. Somebody else said, dude knew YouTube wasn't going to last long term. Hell yeah. He saw the future, he had some foresight, and he invested because of that. Good for him. Someone said, and it's been what, about 10 years since his peak on YouTube? That money has definitely grown like crazy. I don't even know who this guy is, but yeah, hopefully it did. Even a 10-month run would have him making $50K a year. Yeah, if he had 10 months of putting in $100,000 into a retirement fund, yeah, it's probably kicking out a lot of dividends to him at this point.
How do you make money as an investor? The people who don't know think the way you do it is by buying good assets, a good building, stock in a good company, or something like that. That is not the secret for success. The secret for success in investing is buying things for less than they're worth. Because what determines the success of an investor is not what he buys, but what he pays for it. And if you buy a high-quality asset, but you overpay for it, you're in big trouble. You can buy a very low-quality asset, but if you pay less than it's worth, chances are you're going to make money.
Which, this goes back to what I said. You got to buy when the market is low. Right now, you're buying anything you're buying at a low price. Look at Tesla. Everybody's like literally spray painting Tesla buildings right now because they hate them so much. Whatever. I'm not looking at the political reasons as to why they're upset with Tesla, but look, people are hating Tesla right now and it's making the stock go down. Buy important stocks when they go down, when they're at a good value. First comment says, so buy when it's cheap and sell when it's expensive. Yes, that's it. End of market. That's why over time, like when you buy important companies today and you're going to sell them in 50 years, you're not really thinking about, I can't wait to sell this till it rises. You just know for a fact that this company is going to rise over time. So buy it now, invest now, understand it's only, all you're doing is investing in your future self. You're not hurting yourself. You're not taking from your today self. All you're doing is giving money to your future self. That's a positive thing. That's a win-win. This is elementary level. If people do not understand this, then they should not enter the world of business. God damn it. One of the comments says, what are you saying? Did you not hear anything, bud?
Hey, Relentless, how much you gonna make today?
1 to 2K. Marcelo, how much do you think you're gonna make today?
3,000.
Hey, Daniel, how much do you think you're gonna make today?
Nice 1K.
Hey, Dominic, how much do you think you're gonna make today?
A nice 2K.
Brian, how much do you think you're gonna make today?
Take it slow, just get 1K plus.
Drew, how much do you think you're gonna make today?
2,000 to 3,000.
Nice. How much do you think you're gonna make today?
No expectations, man.
Will, how much do you think you're gonna make today?
Gonna make 10K easy.
Jesus.
Why y'all laughing?
Well, all right. All right, Drew, how did you actually do today?
Up 400 on Tesla mostly.
Beam, how did you actually do today?
2.3 right.
Woo!
Tim, how did you actually finish up today?
Today's one of those days, down 4K.
Oh my
Marcelo, how
God.
did you actually finish up today?
Down 4,000.
And the pastor is red 800.
I wanted to show this because, you know, a lot of people talking about day trading and shit like that, or Forex or whatever, like it's the answer. We don't need to do long-term investing. We just need to day trade today. That's how we're going to get rich. I'm not doubting that these guys make money many days. They might. But I wanted to show that, dang, a lot of days they just stepped in there thinking they was going to be hot shit, and they ended up just losing a bunch of money. All they did is they all went down, but what, one or two of them made a little bit of money. But I also respect them for posting this, because so many people think if you just step into the stock market, you're going to start winning. No, you won't just start winning just from sheerly investing. You have to invest wisely. Okay, think about what you're doing. What are you doing? Think about it. Hey, first comment says, I wish people would start posting their losses so everybody could learn what not to do. Yeah, no, listen, they posted their losses, but they didn't really tell you how they did that. They just told you, hey, we all lost a bunch of money today. Another comment says, how do I start investing? Why would you ask a bunch of guys that you just saw lose like cumulatively $10,000? Why would you ask them how to invest? They clearly don't know. They don't know any better than you or I.
You don't get to be successful without risk. Investing grows your money quicker than anything. You can't work that many jobs to keep earning money. You got to have some money sitting somewhere that's working for you. Your job is to work to make the money. And then you got to get your money to work for you.
I hear him, and what he's saying is the truth, but it's easy to say when you're making like what, 20 million bucks a year? Damn, Steve. And people got to realize investing doesn't only mean stocks. Investing in your skills and business is key. Getting your money to work for you is the best formula in life. And now, what is the formula? E equals MC squared? That's all they taught me in school. That is not how you get your money to work for you.
This is what happens if you invest $10,000 by the age of 20. Let's say your money grows at 8% per annum. By the time you're 25, that would have been $15,000. But check this. By the time you're 30, that would have been $22,000. And by the time you're 40, that would have been $50,000.
Yow!
But now if you wait until you're 50 years old, you would have had an extra $100,000. That is the power of investing and starting early.
First comment says, in 30 years, 100K may be worth 10K anyway due to inflation. Yeah, and with that mindset, you'll never save money and you'll never be wealthy. You'll be poor forever. Congratulations. No, but for real, if you look at things like that, then why not just spend every dollar you get now while it's worth whatever it's worth now? No, save your money. Funny thing is, bro thinks I have $10,000 to use for investments when I'm 20. Yeah, that is a little funky. Like when I was 20, I might have had $13 to my name on a good day.
All right, Sanjay, I have $10,000. What should I do with my money?
Oh, easy answer. Put it into an S&P 500 index fund and leave it there for the next 50 years. You are young. That is going to appreciate better than any other investment you could possibly make.
Okay. What about Dogecoin?
Yeah, no, don't put it into crypto. Here's the thing. It's all about asymmetric risk. It's like investing in NVIDIA right now. NVIDIA could go up another 50%, but it could go down 95%. You want investments where you put in money and it could go up a lot, but it can only go down a little bit.
Is there no stock that you suggest buying like personally, or nothing you're holding personally?
All the worst investment decisions I've ever made have been me deciding to invest in a stock. That's just dumb. You can't beat the market. Invest in the market.
Okay, unless you're trading insider.
Insider trading is awesome. This is the reason private equity is so great. Like why I invest in small companies is because I get a board seat. I get to have insider. Like this is what Warren Buffett does. He takes board seats. He controls those companies. It's a legal form of insider trading, but you can't do that. Not with $10,000.
Hell yeah. Right now I invest in the S&P 500. And I believe that means if he says that I should invest in it, that means that I'll have a house like that by the time I'm his age, right? Right, guys? 50 years, perfect. So at 70, you'll finally get to live the life you always wanted. Yeah, maybe. Or you could just spend all your money and every paycheck you ever get now and then never live the life you wanted ever. So it's your choice. Your choice, Angie. You choose, bitch. One of the comments says, but we want to be young and rich, bro. Well, unfortunately, that's just not going to happen. Someone said put 5,000 in the S&P and go traveling with the other 5,000. Best thing you can do in your 20s. Balance of both worlds. Long-term and short-term. Retirement is not guaranteed, but yes, you should plan for it. I feel you. Yeah, nobody's guaranteed that they're going to retire. Some people might not even make it to live that long. Somebody else said 50 years is wild. You thought everybody could just get rich overnight, dog. Somebody else said never buy index funds. Spend your $10,000 on a Hermes bag and keep trading up. Perfect plan. Perfect plan. I can't see any flaws in that. There's literally zero flaw.
What's the best finance advice you've ever gotten?
Save $20 a day. 20 a day times 365, 7,003. A year times 2 years, 14,006. 3 years, 21,009. 10 years, 73,000. Compound interest, 78 grand. Save 20 a day, and you always keep broke away. The reason why people don't have money is not how much money you get paid. It's how much money you save. I know people who work McDonald's minimum wage, and they make more money than people make $40 an hour because they understand where they at. So they save trying to get higher. And then the people who make more money, they spend more money and they get more habits. You know what I mean? Hey, good luck, good life. You know what I mean? But you gotta save money. Without saving
Facts.
money, you got nothing to invest. That makes sense?
Now, I wanted to add that because all this mumbo jumbo about the stock market, when it crashes, when it rises, screw all that. The one thing you have to do over every other financial principle is you have to save money. You can't think that you're going to make $1,000 and spend $1,100 and come up ahead. You're not. The base rule that you have to do in life is you have to save money. There's no other option. If you want to do decent as a financial individual, you have to save money. First comment says, sweet, can't wait to have 70 grand in only 10 years. And that is the exact angle you have to take to be broke forever, okay? Now, if you don't want to be broke forever, go ahead and hit this video. Watch the next video. YouTube thinks you should watch this. I think you should watch this.